Oh my gosh, that is so much better. There's like now slight reverb. So thank you so much. This is an Age of Jeremy live podcast episode, hopefully streaming to YouTube. I'm not 100% sure where this is streaming to, and I'm not even 100% sure you guys can hear me. I am recording one of my LoFi episodes live. So if you're new to this podcast, we're going to be talking about this Go Live cast with Roland, which is really, really cool. However, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess I might just do a bunch of lives utilizing it for YouTube. That would be great.
Were you calling to me from outside of a dream? I wanna live. I wanna love you a little longer. I was invincible many years ago when I was so much stronger. I wanna smile like a letter from an old friend. My arms are wide as oceans. How I missed you and feeling good to be alive.
But if you're not new to this podcast, it's one of the lo-fi episodes, although I'm using a Shure SM7B, so I don't know how lo-fi that is. And hopefully it's coming through really, really strong and really, really good. I don't know if anybody's watching it based off of what I'm seeing through this Go Live cast, but we're going to talk about it here in a minute. But this is the pop culture and the updates and stuff that's kind of I'm like specifically doing in my life, rather than the kind of like the episodes where I talk about business stuff or what's going on in business. And I might talk some of this a little bit about that right now during this live, but I really, really like this setup that I have here. I don't like that I'm using the Shure SM7B. I'll probably get a different mic to use. I think it's just too being a cardioid dynamic vocal microphone. I think it's too much for doing this specifically, and I'm not even a huge fan of this specific microphone. I just got it because I'll be honest, I think it looks really, really good with it like this, how I'm talking to you. And so, but if you're listening to this on audio format, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But today we're going to talk about the Go Live cast by Roland, and we're going to talk about some of the updates that are going on. So I hope that you enjoy this episode. And I paused there because now it's going to go to the intro music if you're listening to this on the audio. And so anyway, so we're going to talk about a little bit. This is a lo-fi episode. Normally my podcasts are all about the things that I'm doing as an entrepreneur to build my businesses. If you don't know, I own a business called 3T Warrior Academy. I own a business called Blockheads. That's a company that's building and bringing you, or has brought you, Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. I also own a financial services firm. We do a lot of stuff with taxes, bookkeeping, and we've actually now been helping people protect their financial wealth using life insurance. We're part of the downline of Coach JV's wealth protection team. So if you're interested in learning more about that, go ahead and reach out to me here on YouTube, or you can follow me on all my socials at Age of Jeremy. I am on Instagram a lot. I do most of my lives on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok if you want to follow me on TikTok, but you can find me on all the socials at Age of Jeremy. But more importantly, I'm going to try this little feature here. I'm going to push this little button and see if it does like a little applause. I have no idea if you hear that applause. I hear it because I'm wearing these headphones. But what's great about these headphones is I can't hear I can't hear my voice that well through these headphones. I don't know if it's because these headphones are beaten to holy hell. These are Audio Technica headphones that I got years and years ago. But I am, let me see if there is, let's see here. Ooh, cool. I can show a URL. I don't know what that. Oh, cool. So I can see, okay, so here are the comments. Oh my God, I don't know. Jessica Garza, thank you so much. I'll give you a shout out. Go and follow Jessica Garza. I don't know who she is. I don't really know what I'm doing because I'm going to explain to you how I'm doing this podcast right now. So essentially, I've been trying to find different ways to make the audio sound better for Twitter Spaces or X Spaces. I'm a big fan of Spaces. I want to start a regular show called Try This at Home, and where we talk about more spiritual things, maybe like Christian mysticism, theosophy, yoga, kundalini, all kinds of stuff, and have guests, and we have open discussion like you would do at a town hall. That's why I want to use the Spaces piece of it, because Spaces does it really, really good. So go ahead and give me applause for that. Oh no, I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, this is a picture thing that's on. I have too much stuff going on, and I think I'm caught on this thing here. Oh, let's do this. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so this. Okay, I meant to do this bad boy. Me, Sunlight, I hope you're having a good day. Thank you so much for stopping by this live and listening to me not know what the fuck I'm doing. Excuse my language. And so I've been trying to find out. So I found this really cool thing on Roland. So Roland's a Japanese company that owns Boss, a pedal company that I like. And one day I'll show you my pedal collection. And I am I'm probably going to need to turn on the lights. I should have set up. I didn't do anything. I didn't know how this was going to work, and I was trying to do it on Instagram. Then I tried to do it on Facebook. I couldn't get signed on Facebook. Then I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll do it on YouTube. Plus, YouTube has the new live feature that I like because I love doing lives in this capacity. And so I found these really cool things by Roland, and I don't know if I can show it here. This is the thing that I'm talking about. And so they have a pro mixer that is able to just do really good audio. And so, like, let's say you just want to play music, or for the purpose of what I was trying to do was do the Twitter Spaces. And so I really wanted to get that one, but then I started doing these lives because with the 3T Warrior Academy and with a lot of the businesses that we're doing, I've really been focusing on the social presence as it relates to live. And eventually, as we move into next year and the following year and I start running for public office here in Arizona, I'll be doing a lot more lives to be transparent with the community, and hopefully a lot more people will watch it when I'm talking about that, and then they'll vote for me, and then so forth and so forth and so forth, and I can reach my political aspiration goals and help, build up Arizona and make Arizona a better place. I don't know if you guys can, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The audio seems really weird, and I know I'm on this dynamic cardio microphone, so you usually have to be really close to dynamic cardio microphones, and there's not a decibel level on it, and I have the thing like totally maxed on this Go Live Pro. But anyway, so I wanted a way to have better features and being able to do things. Like, for example, like if I hit this button, it should play a video. I have no idea what you would use that specifically for, but if I have my own videos, right, if my media team built me videos and so forth, then I could go ahead and throw those up there by pressing that button. And so when I found out that you could do this, like, fuck, this thing's going to be awesome. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to do so many Instagram lives. And I finally got it in the mail, and I unboxed it. I didn't do an unboxing. And so I wish I had done an unboxing or actually kept the box so I could show it right now. But essentially, it allows you to plug in a microphone utilizing a 48 jack into the side of it, and then it get the 48 volt power to power the microphone, which is really cool. And I thought that you could plug in a separate microphone into it. You can also do two cameras, if I'm not mistaken. So you can do two cameras into it, so you can switch between the different cameras. I think if I hit this button, it's going to flip me the other way. No, I think that would take you to... Wait, what is that? That would take you to the other camera. Yeah, that would take you to the other camera. So you can do multiple cameras on this. So, like, if you're doing a live and you're doing... if you're doing a live and you have it like you want to show like a presentation, you could have that presentation shown on that other camera, and then you could like maybe draw or do whatever, which I think would be really cool for doing different demonstrations on different things. And so it's really cool. So you can plug in the microphone jack. It runs off of power. Oh, I can also mute the microphone for... Actually, what does this do? I don't know what that did. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, you guys can still hear me. What did that do? Maybe it made it so I could go louder? I don't know what that did. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. Okay, so some of the features on it, so it plugs into the wall, which is weird because the original cord that it gave me, it was this long. This is how long the cord was. And I have no idea how you would use this cord to plug it into the fucking wall, because, like, I'm even right by an outlet, and the longest cord that I have to plug it in for a USB, it's a USB, the old USB, not the USB-C. So the jack, the inputs are the old, the old USB. I don't think that's a USB-A, but maybe USB-A. And so that was one thing that I found frustrating, because then I had to go find a cord that I could plug into that wasn't USB-C, that could plug into the wall to power the device, which I thought was a little annoying because the cord was really short. And so they make it like they advertise it as this is a way that you could go wherever to do these types of lives, but you would need to have power source that's like pretty close to you to be able to do it. The USB-C, the jack that they give you plugs in from USB-A. It goes into USB-C, so it comes with that cord, so you can plug it in to do the live. And then you download the app Go Live Cast, and that's the thing that allows you to do stuff like this. But what I don't know is happening is if you can still hear me while this is playing. I mean, I guess you could hear me while this is playing. I don't know. I just don't know. But what's really cool is I could also do, I think there's a word thing that you could do on here. Let's see, what's this do? Okay, so there's buttons on the top, so you can put your own audio to it. So you can do audio, so it's the audio track. And then there is a drum roll, which I actually have set to applause right now. And then I have the applause. And then I have, the other thing is, this thing is just so, there's just so much happening right now. Like, it's not, like, with the stupid cord that needs to plug into it. And I think if I unplug the cord, you don't get any power. I don't know. Oh, I think this might be the decibel. I don't know what that is. Okay. Let's see what else is on here. I think this is text. Let's see what this does. All right, so do you have any financial questions? If you have any financial questions, you can ask them right now. All right, let me turn on a light. I'll be right back. I should make one that says, I'll be right back. But I'll be right back. 2 seconds. I'm going to turn on a light. There's so much stuff that we have to do to this house. We've had this house for so long, and we have so much stuff to do. I really don't like being on this microphone. I've never been a fan of this specific microphone, and everybody has it, and I don't know, it pisses me off the most. I love my Neumann microphone. I love my Neumann microphone. I don't know who's Melanie. What video are they talking about? My mom asked if is it okay to tell my Aunt Sue that we're coming to Illinois. It is perfectly okay to tell Aunt Sue that we're coming to Illinois. Mom, if you're watching this, which she's not, because she probably doesn't even run live. Anyway, okay, so you have those 3 buttons. So you have music, 1. You have a drum roll that you can pre-program. You have applause. And you can pre-program, so you can put your own stuff on there. So like if I'm talking about podcast stuff and I just hit this button, I could be like, hey, this is a new podcast. It's on Age of Radio. Go and check it out. It could be, and it would be that. And so that's one of the things that I think is really cool about it. And again, I love this part. I just have this video. But what's cool about it, I think if I hit it, if I go to it while we're talking right now, I think that I can change it. So if I go here, I think we're still live, and let's change it to this one. Here, watch. Okay, so I think if this works, I can go ahead and change this and be like, breaking news. But I wonder if you saw me like, yeah, and you didn't see me push the buttons. So that's really cool. So I think that this is what I really wanted. The problem that I have is it couldn't connect to Facebook. Like there was a problem, and Facebook Live is really pissing me off because they are stopping a lot of the third-party API connections to do the lives from third-party services. So obviously this is from the Roland Go Live Cast app. So I'm on that app, and then I have to log in. So I'm logging into YouTube, telling it what to do, throwing it to a live, allowing it to go live, and then it's going live, and that is the third-party connection. But like, they're stopping that type of interaction because they're probably wanting you to go native to the live, which is one of the things that I've been telling every single person that's on our podcast network, Age of Radio, that are the people that I mentor and the people that I coach inside of the 3-2 Academy. Like, do more lives and do them native to the platform, because everybody usually has been using like StreamYard or Streamlabs and going everywhere. But to me, I think it's really special when you're on one specific like platform for a specific thing that you're doing. So for instance, I do a Age of Radioverse show on our Instagram for Age of Radioverse every Friday that will either bring up someone that has a podcast on our network, or is me talking about updates or whatever the case is. And that works really, really well because I'm able to talk about the podcast that we have coming up. I can bring someone up, we can talk, and it's native to the specific platform. And I think a lot of the platforms are going to go to that because they want you to be on their platform, and that's how they're going to reward you. The problem is there's so many platforms. So do you find the one that's like your main thing? So for like 3T Warrior Academy, the main thing that Coach Shavy uses is TikTok. So he does a lot of lives on TikTok. I have most of my followers on TikTok, but I'm just a really big fan of YouTube and Meta, and I think they're doing a fantastic job with all of the stuff that they're doing. In fact, one of the things that was super exciting that I saw was that Threads has the ability for the desktop app. You can actually pin different thread-like feeds, and you can go and interact with them throughout the day, which has made it very, very easy while I'm sitting at my desk during the day doing, finance stuff or working on reaching out to clients or coaching. I can have that desktop app up, and I can see all of these different threads for all of the, the tags that I want to be a part of, or all the people that I want to interact with their audience and their community. And I could do that in one shot. And that's one of the things that I think that a lot of influencers or people on social media be doing. Now, I'm not technically an influencer in the normal sense of the word. In my small niches, I think that I am. But when it comes to like the masses, in no way am I considered an influencer. But I think I have good insight into it because with our brand that we built with 3T Warrior Academy and the brand that we built with Age of Radio and everything that we have over 2 million followers. So I think that that's a pretty good sense of like the things that we should be doing. But one of those biggest things that I think that we should be doing as influencers, as social, is doing more lives. And I'm super happy. I don't know how you're specifically seeing this on YouTube. I'm assuming it's in this format because, again, I'm not on the actual YouTube app, but I'm assuming that it's picking up because you guys are all talking to me. And so, Malibu Key, I thank you so much for subbing last year. Any G's out here asking from NZ? I don't know where is NZ New Zealand? I'm sorry. I'm horrible with abbreviations. I'm sorry I didn't pick up on your question earlier. Yeah. I don't know if there's or AZ maybe you meant to say. I don't know. But I don't know any DJ specifically. That was something that I was really interested in when I was younger, and since have not really been interested in that in the sense of the word. And so, or in the sense of the art. But I think it's really, really cool. In fact, I have a really fun story. We were in Las Vegas, and we were going to the XRP Las Vegas event, and we look over and we see a Cybertruck, and everybody's like, "Oh, Cybertruck." And I was like, "Yeah, I used to like them, and I really wanted one." And then I saw them, and I don't. And I was kind of, whatever. And it ended up being Steve Aoki. And I thought that was really, really cool. So we took a picture of him, and he laughed because he saw us take a picture of him. We're like, oh, it was Steve Aoki. And then everywhere we went in Las Vegas, we saw Steve Aoki, which is really funny because Johnny Crypto, if you follow the Good Morning Crypto show, didn't know who Steve Aoki was, and now he follows him everywhere. And so when I went to Virginia a couple weeks ago, and I was at the Pop Culture Museum, or the national, our like main museum, historical museum, Smithsonian Museum, and they have like a pulp culture exhibit. And so in that pulp culture exhibit, there was a feature of Steve Aoki. So I took a picture of it and sent it over to Johnny. I was like, hey, look, it's your best buddy, Steve Aoki. And we had a great laugh about it. So cool. So some of the things that I'm really focused on, I don't have them out here to show you guys, and I don't think I could do it because of how close I have to be to this microphone to get it to pick up, which is one of the reasons why dynamic microphones are really, really good for certain things, but they don't, in my opinion, work good for this. Or I don't have a really good sense of what the audio pickup is on it because I can't hear it through my headset for some reason. And I think that's more of my headphones and not necessarily the device. But like, I would love to set it back here, but I don't think that you guys can hear me very good from back there. Okay. Yeah. So, real quick before I move on topic, if you want, go get the Rolling Go Live Cast. They have others, like they have a Pro Mixer for audio. That's the one I'm going to buy next. I think it's going to work really, really well. I really like it on this YouTube. Again, I don't like using it with the dynamic microphone. I'm probably going to use my Neumann microphone that I usually have set up. But this is the Shure SM7B that I'm using right now. It's one of the most popular microphones for podcasting. The best sounding radio or audio, in my opinion, and I'm a big fan of this person, is Howard Stern. Not like when he was younger, but now I'm a bigger fan of him. I think he does a fantastic job with his his interviews. I think the interview that he did a couple years ago, maybe many years ago at this point, with Conan O'Brien is one of the best interviews of all time. I really enjoy that one. I love his Samuel Jackson interviews. I love it when you have music guests, but he uses a Neumann TLM 102, I think. That's one of the best microphones. So the TLM looks really good, but you have to have it in something that you can do like this, right? I guess I could put it on here, but it wouldn't look as good in my opinion. This looks really cool. This is why I bought this, specifically for the way that it looks. And again, if you're not on, if you're listening to this on audio right now, because I'm going to throw this out as a lo-fi, this is a Shure SM7B that I'm talking into, and it is essentially the podcast that you see most people use. If you go on TikTok and you type in Joe Rogan, this is the microphone that Joe Rogan's using on the podcast. Or if you just see any person in the podcast space on TikTok that's showing their clips, it's usually an SM7B. I have a Neumann KSM 104 in my bedroom that is my favorite mic. It's a mic for live singing, and that's why I bought it. It's really good for recording live vocals, and that's the reason why I have it. Have I recorded a lot of live vocals? No, because oh man, I get pulled in so many different directions, which is what we're going to talk about after I do a few more updates. Okay, so go get this rolling. It's Go Live Cast. It works really, really good. Again, right now, I don't know if you can connect it to Facebook. You should be able to connect it to Twitch. You can connect it through an RTTP. So I think that it's going to work if I went into my bedroom and set up the live. So if I went into my bedroom and set up the Instagram live, which I'll probably check later this week, now that I got a feel for what this does and how it works. If I went into the desktop and went to Instagram on the web, I could schedule a live event or go live. I could get a stream key and I could plug it in to this, I believe, and then I would tell it to go live, and then I would tell Instagram to go live, and then it would go live. And so I think if you do that, you can get this to work through Instagram Live. But I'm working on doing a lot more Instagram Lives, especially for Age of Radioverse and for Age of Jeremy, to talk about finance, for Age of Radio versus for Age of Radio stuff. For the Age of Jeremy, to really talk about people with finance. I think that the things that people ask me the most have to do with taxes, have to do with investing, what cryptocurrencies to invest in, and I am working on my licensing right now for Series 65, and so the goal is, or I will get that done this year. The goal is to take the test in September. However, there's still so much studying to do, but I've been doing in the 80s or 90% on most of the tests, and that's like breezing through the information. And again, I don't mean that in like I'm an arrogant way, but I have multiple degrees in finance. So I have one in finance, one in accounting, and a master's in business administration. So, I mean, the equity stuff that we're talking about right now in the course is like, I know most of it. It's kind of like a refresher on a lot of it. And so once that happens, it will be much easier to talk to people about, I can get paid to offer the advice. Right now, I give the advice for free because you can do that whether you have a license or not, because you don't have a fiduciary responsibility until someone pays you for it. But I know the space really, really well, so I have no problem giving advice in these matters when it relates to taxes, because I do people's taxes, so I have no problem with that. Doing taxes, bookkeeping, and then the insurance. So I want a place where we can talk and have, you can ask me questions about financial literacy. The other thing that we're working on, why I wanted one of these devices, like I said before, if you're just tuning in, is to have a way to do the better audio for Twitter Spaces. And Twitter Spaces has a great platform. It's like Clubhouse, where you can have like really good conversation and really good Discord with people. We do one for Merlin once a month right now, and then X Royalty, our NFT project for a 3T Warrior Academy, we do one of those once a week on Wednesdays where Coach JV talks. I'm usually not on that one. I usually do the Merlin one, and I want to start my own to talk a little bit more about mysticism and theosophy and the things that I'm learning with Kundalini, bringing other people in. I found this amazing YouTuber. You should go follow her. She's called the Norse Witch. So she started off as a Wiccan, like most people do when it comes to magic, and she kind of came across like Scandinavian witchcraft, and so she teaches that because if you listen to some of my other content, one of my long-term goals in life is to get to either a master's in ethnomusicology or a PhD in musicology, and read and do a lot more interesting things with anthropology and musicology and ethnomusicology, and so, because I think education can be a lifelong endeavor, and there's lots of things that we want to talk about and we want to learn, and I want to spend a lot more time researching Greenland and the Faroe Islands and Iceland. We're talking about Denmark. So Denmark, Faroe Islands, and Greenland, and their music and how their shamans use music and how music is integrated into witchcraft. That's something that really intrigues me, and I would love to study that and write it. I don't know if it would be to the extent of me like living in those places and studying it. It would probably be, visiting those places or finding people and meeting people in this capacity, maybe learning the languages of what I need to, talking about it, sharing it with you on my YouTube live, sharing my findings with you, writing about it, and so forth. And so the Norse Witch, she does a lot of that Scandinavian stuff. So I've been recently listening to her podcast and her YouTube. I guess she just has a YouTube channel. Her YouTube to learn more about that stuff because I find a lot of that stuff intriguing, and I would love to have her come on and do the X Spaces with me. So that's the reason why I have this. So go pick up one of these. That's $99 on Amazon. If you go put in Go Live Pro, or Go Live Cast, they're trying to sell them to you for freaking $400. You can go on Guitar Center and buy it for $99. So go on Guitar Center, buy it for $99. It lets you do stuff like this. And I still don't know if you guys can hear that. All right, this just in breaking news. I don't know. I guess that'd be really cool if you had. I don't know why though. Like most lives are like this. I don't know why they made the video. Let's see what happens after it. So if you're listening to this, I'm playing a breaking news video. If you're listening to audio, and I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. It just disappeared. And there's a picture of something. This one I really, really like because you can do... Hey, what does this do? Oh my God, I don't know what happened. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. I thought I ended this. I have no idea what just happened right now. Okay. So I really like this image. So hopefully you guys can see this image. I can't wait to go back and watch this and see what it sounds like and what the hell's going on inside of it. Okay, so more of a lo-fi. I know this isn't really a lo-fi episode because if the mic's picking up, it's probably really good. And after I throw some post audio into it, it'll probably be really good. Okay, so what are the things that were going on? So first thing that I want to tell you about, me and Trey, we did our anime roundtable today in our Age of Radio Discord. Fantastic. It was me and Trey. Lou showed up. Lou is the producer for New Day Radio. They have like the Healthy Grocer podcast. Freaking Lou is like a chemical engineer or something. Fantastic. Very intelligent guy. Very fun to hang out with. Lou came in there, talked about some anime. He's watching more anime, I guess, because maybe we're talking about anime. I have no idea. And so, which I thought was really cool because the more people that watch anime, the happier I am because anime makes me really happy. And I hope that you can find anime that will make you very happy. And so me and Trey did that. We talked about some cool stuff. I don't have as much time to watch it as Trey does. Let me take that back. I probably do have the time to watch it. I don't make the time to watch it. I just did a TikTok on this. I even did a short on YouTube about this, about you make the time for the things that you find value in. And I need to make more time to watch anime because I enjoy watching anime. So we talked a lot about, so like you got Demon Slayer 4 coming out, which I think is really cool. Season 4. Demon Slayer is one of my favorite animes. I guess that's a little, I don't know, on cliche, on the nose, something, because most people like Demon Slayer. I don't know. I really like Demon Slayer. I've been watching Spy Family. Spy Family is really good. There are some things that Trey liked it. He said that there were some things that were cringy to him in it, and I completely understand that. But I think it's hilarious. There's this dodgeball scene that's fucking hilarious that you really should watch it just for that one scene, just because my wife, who doesn't watch any anime, loved that specific scene, and she laughed her ass off. So I think that you guys might like that episode at least. So Spy Family, he's really been watching Windbreaker. These are all on Crunchyroll right now. So if you don't have a Crunchyroll subscription, Crunchyroll, I'm going to stop doing you favors like this, but everybody go get a Crunchyroll subscription. And then Crunchyroll needs to either make us we need to work with Crunchyroll, because I've been freaking advertising Crunchyroll for free for so long. And I give people occasionally one or two, and then they have to be a part of our sponsorships. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Crunchyroll, go and get some Crunchyroll. It's a fantastic app. If I would recommend you paying for it, the audio cutting from the anime to their advertising is fucking ridiculous. It's super, super loud. Like, it scares the shit out of you, especially if you're watching it at night and you slip into a drift. You're just sleeping there, and then all of a sudden you hear something happening in the anime, and then it just cuts to a freaking loud ass commercial, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Are we being attacked? So it's really loud. So get the paid version of it. I think it's like $7.99 a month, and you will thank me later when you don't lose your eardrums or get scared to death. And so we got Dragon Slayer season 4. We have I'm watching Spy Family. I think Spy Family is on its season 2, and those season 2 episodes are coming out. Windbreaker. There's Blue Lock. There is one he said to watch. I don't think this is a new one. Is Solo Leveling. I've never seen that or heard of it, but it's a Korean webtoon that got turned into that A1 Studios picked up to make into an anime, and he said it's really, really good. We had this great conversation. We ended up talking about philosophy. We ended up talking about Full Metal Alchemist. It's in our Discord, so if you're not part of our Age of Radio Discord, go check out our Age of Radio Discord. See what's up with that. I think that you'll really, really enjoy it. And I can show a URL. Oh no, I don't know what URL that is. Maybe I can put my own URL. What is this URL? I don't know what that means. Okay. And if you're just tuning in, we're going live to YouTube, to the Roll and Go Live cast, and I'm having a hell of a time. So that's the first thing, watching more anime. Second thing is for the love of God, spend time doing stuff with people. So I work with a human design coach for free because she's my operations manager for my businesses, and so she coaches me because when I ask her questions and things. And the thing about it is that I'm a pure generator when it comes to human design. So it's hard for me to sit still. It's hard for me to do. I just have to be doing it. I have to be creating. And so whether that's businesses, whether that's Dungeons and Dragons stuff, whatever it is, whether it's doing this live right now, like I couldn't sit still, and I didn't feel comfortable in my life until I started going live. I did this live. Now I wanted this live to be on Instagram, but I think the YouTube lives might work out really, really well. And I'm super excited to not use this freaking Shure mic next time and using my Neumann, and I will be able to sit further away from the microphone. So my round face or my Mr. Potato Head isn't so close to the mic, and I can show you stuff rather than having to be here so the volume picks up. But this would be a fantastic, fantastic microphone for, say, actually Twitter Spaces. This would be really, really easy for. Anyway. Okay. So I recommend that you spend a lot of time doing stuff with people that you care about. I didn't do that for a very, very long time, and I feel much happier in my life spending time with people that I care about, doing things that are fun. And even if they're not fun, spending time getting to know people and learning how to be vulnerable. When I spoke at our Freedom Conference this year, I talked about like building relationships and why that's important to opportunities, for business opportunities. And I really wanted to do it because I see this a lot, that we have this mindset that we have to have a few really, really good friends. But and I'm not saying that we should just be using friends. We should have really good relationships. We should be becoming really vulnerable with select people that are in our lives that are maybe a handful or a 10 or 15. But what happens when those friends go away? Or what happens when you're that everything to that person? And I think that we see this a lot of the time in relationships when it comes to husbands and wives, because the one of the partners, or maybe even the both partners, their whole life evolves around them being that with that other person. Or like there's that mindset, oh, I would die if I wasn't with you, or don't do this or I'll kill myself, or that's taking it a little really far. But I think that if we spend time building relationships with people in different levels, like there's the people that you have that are, you know, people that you're just getting to know, or people that you don't see that often, and then you have the people that you're getting to know a little bit better, and then you have those people that you're very vulnerable with, and then you have like your spouse and things like that. And so I think that we can have friendships at all of those different levels, and we can have friendships and hang out with people and meet people and have regular community gatherings with people. And I really think that that makes life much more satisfying. And there is research out there that says that people that have those types of relationships and have those types of friendships where they can do those things, they live a lot longer, which means that we are much better being with other people, being around other people, being with our pets, being with our, you know, with our friends, having fun. And I say pets because I think that you can even have your pets as your friends that partake in life with you. And when we have all of those things and we're building strong relationships with our animals, with our friends, with our family, we have a much better life. And I think that that's one of the things that is exciting for me, and being able to do more. And I encourage you to do it more, because from those friendships, which take time and they take vulnerability and they take energy and they take, you know, stress sometimes, but in the long run, they're worth it. And it means that we have a really, really strong support network for when things are difficult, but we have to be there for other people just as much as they are there for us. But along with that, because you have those friendships, you do things together that are fun, right? And so Dungeons and Dragons is a very important thing to me, and so is any tabletop game. And it's been over a year since we played Dungeons and Dragons, and there is no reason for that whatsoever. The reason for that is just because we haven't made time for it. And that's ridiculous. You don't have to get so stuck that you can't make time for these things. You need to find those things that are really important. You need to build them into your schedule. Then you need to do those, and you need to enjoy them. And then you can go off and do all the things that are difficult and the things that suck in life that you have to do. Or the things that don't suck in life that you enjoy doing but are still work. I mean, work is still work. Like if someone says, hey, Jeremy, do you want to go and play Warhammer all day and go and play Dungeons and Dragons all day, and then maybe play some video games, and then maybe go hang out and maybe eat some pizza and maybe go to a roller coaster and go to, that would be a really busy day. That's like a Johnny Crypto day. But if someone said that to me, I would hands down pick that over than reading a contract that I have to read that I still have to read. I read one part of the contract yesterday. Friday night, I got one contract knocked out, super happy about it. Yesterday, I hung out with my cousin, and what was interesting is I planned to hang out with my cousin the whole day. So she was like, hey, Jeremy, are you going to stay late? I was like, yeah, I plan to be here from at least 2 to 10. We hung out. We had a blast. We did swimming. We played beer pong. I don't drink. I just did the pong part. In the pool, which was really, really fun, and I ended up winning. I ended up winning the game. It was me and one other guy who kept playing it. He was a really nice guy, and we kept playing. And we had zero cups down. We had all of our cups. They only had 2 cups left, and I ended up winning, which was really awesome. It's all luck, but it was just luck and consistency and fortitude. If anybody asks why I'm successful, is because of fortitude. It's just fortitude is the most important. Fortitude is the most important KPI that I have in my life. And the more that I can make my fortitude better, the more the wealthier that I will become, I guess, because it takes fortitude. Like right now, I haven't eaten dinner. I did CJV's podcast for tomorrow. I wanted to test this, but I also need to make a podcast, so I'm going to do them together. That's why this is going to be in an audio format. And so I'm really excited about playing Dungeons & Dragons. I got the Eve of Ruin, Vecna's Eve of Ruin. It starts at level 10 players. I think when we stopped, our group is almost to level 10. So I know that we had some Icewind Dale stuff that we were finishing up into a larger scheme. So what I like to do is I like to take my main larger than life plot, and then I like to drip it into certain, like, already existing works in the Forgotten Realms campaign, so that I don't have to do as much work, and then kind of like change it a little bit. And I think a lot of people do that when they play Dungeons and Dragons, but we haven't played it in a year, and that is ridiculous. So my goal is to play once every 3 weeks. So in a 3 to 4 week time frame, we should be playing, and then there should be a couple of times where we end up playing twice in a month. And I think that if we can get to that cadence just for Dungeons and Dragons, we'll be in a good place. Because the other thing that I want to do is play Warhammer. And I think that the problem arises, this is the biggest problem that I see of people not being successful in their relationships and their lives, is because they don't have those types of things. And it may not be you that's watching this or listening to this. It could just be me and the people that are in my life, is because work is just work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep, and they don't have anything that is like meaningful to them that takes place during the week. Like, one of the things that I loved about growing up, even though I'm not a Christian and I am not a fan of like the Christian religion in general, people believing in Christ, do all you want. People that do Christian magic, that's freaking awesome. I support anybody believing whatever the hell that they want, but I'm not a huge fan of the traditional Christian where it's be Jesus. It's like love Jesus or love nothing. I'm not a fan of that. I don't believe in that, and I don't know. I have my own opinions on it. But anyway, point of the story is that one of the things that I really, really loved about growing up was going to church on Wednesdays, because we would have that break in the middle of the week. You would get to have communionship with people in your life that you love. And that's one of the things that people need to go back to. The problem is we have a freaking Merlin meeting that we have every Wednesday, where I would try to get back to that on Wednesdays. So I think I'm going to try to start doing some of that stuff on Tuesdays, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. But I think that type of communion in the week is really important for people, and I think that's one of the things that drowns us and drives us crazy and creates that sense that we're working all the time, is because we just go to work, we come home, we do the stuff with the kids, we go to work again, we come home, and then on the weekends, if we're lucky, we'll do stuff. And I think if the biggest thing that you can do with your side hustle, rather than getting a side hustle and spending your money on shit that you don't fucking need, is get a housekeeper, buy meals, get the stuff where you create more time for yourself to do the things that you enjoy doing, so that then you can live a much more meaningful, happy, exciting life. And I feel that that's one of the biggest things that we fail at as an American society, that creates the sense of angst and upsetness, is because we are brought up and live in a world where we have to work, and a lot of times we have to work so fucking much because everything costs so damn much, and we think that if we say, hey, I'm having a hard time keeping up with living, that people are going to look down on us. And I think that we need to get over that 100%, and we all need to work together to make sure that all of us are successful. At least that's the life that I'm trying to live. So Dungeons and Dragons is a really big thing that I'm really focused on. So I bought the deck of mini things a couple months ago, and then I bought the Eva Vecna the other day. So really going to try to get back to doing that Dungeons and Dragons thing. So if you guys are listening to this and you play Dungeons and Dragons, I would love to know how you keep track of your Dungeons and Dragons stuff. You can comment here. You could reach me out on Snapchat. Go to YouTube. If you're listening to this, go to Age of Jeremy on Instagram. If you're listening to this, X Age of Jeremy. And let me know what are some of the things that you do to manage your games and keep them going. The other thing that I really want to do, because I love creativity, I love playing music, obviously, and writing music. But like one of the things that I love is strategy games and painting when it comes to miniatures. Like, it's really relaxing. I don't ever get to do it enough as I want. Every time in my life that I've wanted to do it and try to get into it, I didn't have the extra disposable income or discretionary income to do it. And so I think once you have your life insurance set up, or your retirement plan set up, or your life insurance isn't a retirement plan, but it does protect against wealth. It's a really great way to have a death benefit, some of that cash, build up up a cash value over time, borrow against that over time if you need it, like in emergency or like with, wealth protection. And you don't have to pay taxes because you're borrowing it and so forth. And if you're interested in more of that, reach out to me on here. I'd love to talk to you about it. I've been having so many meetings about it and helping so many people help them protect their wealth and understand how it works, that I would love to sit down and have a chat with you, because I enjoy it, and I'm working on building the largest insurance independent agency in the United States and Canada, and then eventually moving into insurance. And that's where one of the pieces that we're going into the future. But I bought the Warhammer core book, 40K, to start finish painting my miniatures, and then also going to work to get other miniatures, because I'm thinking about getting Kill Team. Kill Team, I think you have certain operations that you have to do. I listened to a demo of it last night on the way home from my cousin's birthday party, and so I think I'm going to buy Kill Team. It's in its second edition, I think. Maybe it's in its third edition. I don't know. Get Kill Team and set it up, because it has everything that you need to play in it. And I'll just paint the characters. And then if people want to play with me, I have stuff that I can show people, and we can play Kill Team. And then I'm going to work on maybe Age of Sigmar Warcry. That seemed really cool. I want things to be short because I don't have a lot of time, but I want to make the time to do fun stuff as much as I can, but not have it eat up the whole day. Like if I'm going to play a game, I don't want it to be 9 hours. I want to be like 3 or 4 hours, then go off and do some other stuff in the day. It's all about planning your day. In fact, I just put out a short on here. I just put out a TikTok. I just put out a Facebook. It is about planning your day, finding the things that are valuable, putting them in your week first, spending time actually strategizing how you're going to manage your life and managing to it. And that is one of the best ways that you can become successful. So those are the main things that I'm going to be working on. And then I really wanted to get this Go Live cast going. I am really excited to hear how the audio sounds. And I'm really excited to hear if I'm doing like this 1,000 times during it, if it's like going in and out. So if you're listening to this, go and watch this on YouTube, because it's a hoot. It's a hoot. It's a hoot. Yeah, and if you have any financial questions, feel free. I have a bachelor's in finance. I'm a life insurance agent. I have a master's in business administration. I have lots of experience as it relates to investing, and I would love to share that knowledge for you for free on social media, because you can give advice away for free, and people don't realize that. All right, I'm going to do one of these again because they're cool. It's good advice, Jeremy. Good advice. Thank you for sharing that with us. Absolutely. Oh, on the reading front. On the reading front, still going through Lyndon B. Johnson's The Path to Power. I haven't read it in like 3 weeks because all of my time has been on the Series 65 test and getting these contracts. It's only like 30 more pages I need to read. I don't even know. I'm procrastinating because I don't enjoy it. If you ever want to know why you're procrastinating, it's 2 things. 1, you don't fucking enjoy it, or 2, you're thinking about it and you're trying to figure out a way to do it. A lot of procrastinators do that because it's not so much that they're like not doing it because they don't like it. They're trying to figure out a way in which to do it. But I'm being 100% honest. I'm not doing the contracts, and I'm not moving fast with it because I do not like reading contracts. If I wanted to be a lawyer, I would have went to law school. I thought about it a lot of times, and then I was like, I have no interest in doing anything law related. I don't even like arguing with people. I don't like debating with people either. I just like, yeah, cool. That's your thing. That's your thing. Me and Johnny debate about stuff. Johnny, I guess in business you debate about stuff, but I don't like it. I've never been really big in like there's things that I'm passionate about. Like if I'm having a debate with say an individual, like from a political perspective, hands down, that's different. But if I'm like trying to just argue a case, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say that. I guess I do like debating. I shouldn't say that. I do like debating. I don't really like contract law, and I don't like reading contracts, and I definitely don't like writing them. I would prefer to pay a lawyer just to write what I need done and be like, yeah, this is cool. No, fix this. I'm good with that. Like if I had a paralegal, I would want to be a lawyer, and I guess lawyers have paralegals, so maybe I could be a good lawyer. But instead, I like to learn and read about languages and anthropology and Buddhism and music and write about that for fun. Tell me what, if you're listening to this later or you're listening to this podcast, go to my Instagram right now, Age of Jeremy. Let me know what it is that you enjoyed doing when you were growing up. That's what I want to hear from you. Let me know what you would loved doing while you were growing up, and then tell me, is that the thing that you're doing right now? Because if it's not the thing that you're doing right now, it doesn't mean that you have to stop your job, doesn't mean you have to change your life. Start doing that thing, and I feel that you will find more happiness in your life if you do those things that you remember when you were a kid. Life is the worst thing that happens in life. I know that's the stupidest saying in the world, but that's the truth. Life is one of the worst things that happens in life. Because the thing is, you have goals and you have dreams, but then life changes that, because you get into this sense, especially when you're in your 20s and 30s, that you want to compete with things, and that your value and the thing that means that you're successful is the amount of money that you have. And for me, getting more and more money is great, because it allows me to do more and more things, like get my dogs to stop barking behind me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Someone's outside. I don't know what's happening. As long as I'm safe. I'm safe. That's what matters. My dogs are safe too. I don't know what's going on outside. I hope that person's safe. I know I have my blinds open. I'm in my kitchen. And see that right there? If you're listening on audio, there is a patch that has been white from a hole in this roof for 6 years that we have not changed. And the reason why I didn't change it, because I want to paint the whole thing white, and I need to get around to doing that, apparently. And by the whole thing, I mean the inside of this house, because this house is amazing and I love it. And I love it so much because it doesn't have an HOA, and I can do whatever the hell I want with it. And it's the perfect size if I didn't have so much shit in it. But it's got the ugliest colors, and we need art, and we need white. And it doesn't even have to be white. It's just this yellow so dark. Anyway, not important. Life beats us up because we always think that the thing that's going to make us, the thing that says that we're successful, is the amount of money that we make. And we tie so much value to that if I make $500,000 this year, but like there's people out there that make like millions of dollars a year, that's going to be hard. So for me anyway, and a lot of the people that I've met in my life when I was in my 20s and my 30s, and I'm in my 40s now, is that most people tie the stuff that they have and the money that they have to how successful they are in life. But there are all other measurements of success. Like to me right now, and sometimes money does have to do with those things, but just to have the money doesn't seem like the successful thing. Like for me, being successful right now, to be honest, one of the things that mean I'm successful in my life is that I have a monthly Dungeons and Dragons game. If I can make that a consistent thing in my life, I would say, hey, this is pretty successful. I think that would be really, really cool. If me and my wife are able to take a trip together once a year and go wherever we want in the world for a week or two, that would mean I would feel very successful about that. If I have a article published about the shaman, the Inuit shamans in Greenland and, their music, or how in ceremonial magic you'd use the keys of the different keys, and you associate the keys with like the notes of the music notes. You use different music notes and you associate them with different tarot cards. Writing an article about that and getting that published in a journal, that would be successful to me. Having a master's in ethnomusicology, because that's something that was important to me when I was growing up, and I wish that I could have that knowledge and that knowledge base and practice that and do that and understand theory better, and be able to, hit a couple notes really good with my mouth. And because I can't sing very well, it's very difficult for me to catch the notes when I sing. But I can do it with musical instruments and things like that. That to me would be successful. I would find that to be something that I find that I made my life successful. And I encourage everybody that's watching this or listening to this, that you look for those things in your life and make those the meaningful things that are successful. Making sure all of my nieces and nephews can go to college, making sure that my cousin that just got drafted to Principia to play basketball, he makes it through that, helping if they need money. That's success to me. That's way more successful than just having something in the bank, money. Getting this table cleaned off. This table is dirty as hell because there's notes. You know what one of the other things is that frustrated me about the Shure SM7B that I just want to say is there's no fucking... It's a $400 microphone, which is fine because I mean it's not super expensive. It's decent. Like my dream microphone's $4,000, and my secondary microphone's $800, and I have an $800 microphone. My KSM 104, which isn't important. It doesn't have a freaking case. They gave me no case for this thing. Why? Is it just because they expect you to always have it up? Motherfucking bitch is gonna get dusty. Plus, people have more freaking mics than this one. Also, too, this is, in my opinion, not... I mean, do it if you want. If you're an artist out there and you sing, don't use one of these. Use a KSM 104. Use a KSM 104, or there's some other Neumanns out there that are really, really good. I don't know. Now, that being said, Shure has the SM... They have really, really good guitar microphones, like to amping acoustic guitars that are freaking beautiful, that work really, really good. I just think that this Shure SM7B is just it's just overhyped because, I don't know, it's just the legendary vocal microphone. I mean, it is a legendary vocal microphone, but I don't know. I think Neumanns are my favorite microphones. I don't know if it's because I like Germans or what, and I'm learning German, so... But that being said, I don't think there's anything else that I have. As I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. I will talk with you next time. And for the people that are listening to this that are on audio, be thankful, grateful, and kind.
Let all my gardens speak for me when I'm gone. For me.
And I recorded this with a Roland Go Live cast. I am recording it to a Shure SM7B, and I am doing this through a live on my YouTube. The opening song when you hear this on audio is going to be... I don't remember who it is. It's going to be Gaslight Anthem, and I think it's getting blocked on YouTube. It's Gaslight Anthem, Positive Change, Positive Charge, Positive Charge, and the closing song is Trevor Hall, Gardens. And as I always say, be thankful, grateful, and kind, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.